glittering light, cutting through the dark, shining the light. Variety of topics under his eye. DEA's the name, straight up, no lie.
Hi, howdy, how the hell y'all doing? I'm Dan with DEA and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a deeper look into a Bigbankz video where he went to a drag racer's abandoned house where he left an abandoned movie car there from Woody Allen's Sleeper movie from the 70s. There's crime scene tape out front, blood all over the couches, and he didn't really know what had happened there. So what I did was I deconstructed the video. I figured out all kinds of stuff from little clues. I'm going to show you how I did that and how I came to the conclusion of what exactly happened there. I've got court documents. I've got all kinds of stuff that's going to go from the time they bought the house up until they put up the crime scene tape. So we're going to do that now, but first I would say check out Bigbankz's video either before or after this video. That way it'll give you a more full picture of this. He's a great creator, but this time for some reason he didn't have the whole story, and normally he'll go do the research and then add it, but he didn't, so I went ahead and I did it for you. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start with his intro, and then we're going to jump into all the stuff that he didn't know about, and I'll tell you where that drag racer went, where the family's at now, who they were, all the questions that you had and you were asking in the comments, and you were saying, what's the story, Bigbankz? Well, I'm about to give it to you. Not like that. Let's get going.
In the heart of this forgotten forest lies an abandoned mansion, once the pride of a family whose life revolved around speed and adrenaline. This was the home of a drag racer, a man whose dreams burned as fast as the tires of his beloved cars. But what happened here? We uncovered 7 cars on this eerie estate, from a '59 Cadillac, Chevy Malibu, even a Pontiac Fiero. But the car that intrigued us the most was a rare gem. Tucked away in a trailer behind the overgrown driveway, we discovered a space car used in Woody Allen's movie, Sleeper. The story begins with a family of 4. The husband, once a proud employee of Boeing, transitioned into owning a successful drag strip. But what we assume to be a troubled marriage lingered, leaving this home in disarray after a divorce, a haunting reminder of what used to be. Both children's rooms, still filled with toys and memories from a once safe place, now stands a terrible mess of what was once their home. But what drove this family apart? Why was this home left to rot in the embrace of nature? Today we step inside the shadows of this once vibrant life. So join us today and let's see what's left.
From JN Only, wish there was more to the story that you could share. And then from Sweetleaf, wait a second, didn't you investigate their story? I waited till the end thinking you would add their story at the end. If you gave us their names and their location at least, I could have tried to investigate it myself. But I have nothing to go on. Sweetleaf, there was plenty to go on if you pay close enough attention. Stay tuned till the end of the video and see how I deconstructed the video to reveal the full story. Then we have Kathleen saying, what a crazy place, so much stuff. If a crime happened, then maybe all the belongings on the floor was due to people looking for something. Can't believe it was a hoarding situation. Please let us know if you were able to find more info. Kathleen, a crime did happen. Someone was shot 3 times, and I agree this was not a hoarding situation, and I will show you why I believe that as well. And from Melanie's, would be nice to know what happened and to what family member. Stick around, and I'll fill you in. Then you get the Wish.com Sherlock Holmes types that do 5 minutes of research, like Eileen Ling, who says, it was a murder-suicide. The racer's in-law killed her husband, and she shot her 11-year-old grandson, Dalton, who was found in his bed shot. Dalton lived with his grandparents. She then shot herself. Well, first off, there was never any mention of Dalton. The kid's name was Dawson. But either way, that may be true. It's unrelated to this house, family, and video. Fake news. Do a little more research next time. So let's start deconstructing the evidence and see where this story leads. So, as you can see, I have plenty of legal documents showing the homeowner, when it was purchased, and much more that we'll get deeper into later in the video. But when you're doing investigations, you need to show your receipts, and I like to come prepared. Like the information on who owns all the cars and the coveted Woody Allen bubble car from the movie Sleepers. The first clue in this case was the outside trash can. It says Madison. That's going to help me with identifying the location, and we will have more clues to confirm this later. Then we have this scene from the video showing the car with police tape hanging underneath an overgrown tree. That will be in a news story towards the end of this video. Here we have more of the cars accounted for on the legal document, including this amazing 1959 red Cadillac and the 1971 red convertible Chevelle. They call it a Malibu in Bigbankz video, but back then Malibu was a trim package. This is actually a Chevelle that is a Malibu trim package. That's an honest mistake. Now I'm going to show you the clues that I found in the video to move forward uncovering this story piece by piece. After the property of Madison trash can, I began looking for other clues of the location and names of the people who would help me track down the story. With the sweater on the rail saying Alabama, and 2 items in Dawson's room saying Huntsville, and an Alabama alumni book in the living room, we almost have everything we need, and the search is drastically narrowed. Obviously, our biggest clue was Dawson. We know this is the son's name from the name on his wall, as well as the banner that says Dawson's Garage, established 2005, so we also know the son's age to verify we have the right family. We are also able to see the name Addison in the little girl's room and on a doctor's appointment card in the master bedroom nightstand. So now we have both children's first names. We now just need to figure out the family's last name, and all the information will be at our fingertips. So, in Dawson's room, I noticed a stamped vanity plate that was upside down. So if you figure out what that says, it could lead us to the last name. Possibly. I did verify the last name after finding this clue in the foyer. As you can see, one of the baseballs, it says Sharp. The license plate was stamped Sharps, so it was probably on the car bed. We also know he was into NHRA racing, since Bigbankz told us that, and he was a racer, and with the NHRA cars, tickets, signs, and many other clues. So we have all that information at this point. I have enough to go to Google and get to digging. A simple search for Sharp NHRA, Huntsville, Alabama, led me directly to the family. Using government sites for legal documents, I was able to find the location of the home belonging to David Sharp, the director of Rocket City Dragway in Huntsville, Alabama. This made it very simple to use Facebook to find his profile and in turn, both of his kids, who are now adults, and his wife. Now that all the information was verified, I could use the names I had found to pull up the mortgages, deeds, marriage licenses, and everything I needed to find out why there was police tape outside and human juice all over the couches. So, here are the legal documents I came up with. First, we have the original mortgage from David and his wife when they initially bought the home in May of 2001 for roughly $250,000. They refinanced through the years and it was officially released and owned outright in October of 2018. Out of respect for the current owner, that I will soon reveal, I have chosen to redact the exact address of the house from the documents that I found. But now let's get to what happened leading up to the police tape being put up and someone being shot in the home 3 times. From my research of social media, there was not much about his wife on David's social media, so I went back through time because the internet is forever. I found mention of her back around 2012, but then all of a sudden she was no longer mentioned. So I went to her page, and though it had not been posted on in a very long time, I could surmise that there were probably issues in the marriage. So then I went and found that they had gone through a divorce in 2019, right after the home was paid off. It's fair to assume they had issues for a few years leading up to the finalization of the divorce, considering how thorough the divorce paperwork is at 22 pages, but it seemed agreed upon without issue on both parties' sides. The divorce was finalized in September 2019 and the wife remarried in 2020, July, less than 1 year after the divorce was finalized. As you can see in the divorce paperwork, David got to keep his house under certain conditions, and we also have the itemized list of who received what property. If you go through the list, you will find many of the items from the Bigbankz video that are still in the house that he owns solely, such as the giant table clock, the stand-up refrigerator and washer-dryer set, drum set, many cars featured in the video, including a U-Haul. It is basically a real-life I Spy. If this video gets enough views and likes, I will go through the whole itemized list and make a second video seeing how many of the listed items I can find in the video. Now to get to what you've all been waiting for. What crime took place at this residence and where did all the red human juice come from? With the address, I was able to pull up a story from August 2023. So let's watch the short news clip that I referred to earlier in the video that aligns with this picture.
We begin tonight with a shooting investigation just outside of Madison city limits. We're told someone tried to break into a home on Wall Triana just north of Highway 72 at around 10:30 this morning. The homeowner shot the intruder at least 3 times, that according to deputies who were on the scene. We're told the person shot is expected to survive. No charges have been filed at this time.
So as you can see now, it was not as nefarious as things looked initially in the original video. Considering all of David's things are still in the home and there's no record of sale since he was awarded the house in the divorce, it's fair to assume David used one of the many weapons we saw remnants of on the tour of the home to take care of the intruder. It also indicates that he had issues with looting, and I would assume they were not hoarders, but the victim of vandals and criminals, while the home set and David resided at another residence.
So now we both have the full story from the time they bought the house until the crime scene went up. So if you guys enjoyed the video, a like would be appreciated, and if you want to be a member of the investigation squad for DEA, then go ahead and follow me. You guys leave in the comments stories you'd like me to investigate, and you can also help me investigate. You can give me the information that you have. I'm on Twitter and all the other ones. If that's something you're interested in, you can just ask me. I try to comment back with everybody. I usually don't miss any, and that way we can work together. We'll get these stories out there and uncover all the internet's mysteries. So I appreciate you all. I'll catch you all on the next one. Hope you have a good one.